For everybody who just came in, we are taking 2 minutes and writing what we are saying. For everybody who just came in, we are taking 2 minutes and writing what we are saying. Sorry, I'm getting the live feed, figuring that out. So we're taking 2 minutes of writing. What are some elements that you think of when you think of leadership? And you might even be conversed with that of what is leadership not, um, and come from your own experience. That's what we're doing right now. I just for this time, I'm going to read mine, and um, it's a quick, simple, but ones I think really build some health to what we think of when we think about leadership. I think one simple one is vision, creating clear picture of the future and guiding others towards it. But there's one step before that I feel is really important, is for a leader to understand their personal values. What is it that makes them strong, that makes them know what their vision is? See, a lot of times we start with a goal that might not resonate with us as people. And for a leader to be authentic and a leader to really lead in his or her full way is understanding what their personal values are and making that really clear of what are the corporate values, what are the values of their leadership team, what is the values of their team, of their organization, and those need to resonate. And even leaders pulling people on their team, I think of leaders being a talent magnet. And part of being a talent magnet is you're bringing in people not only with talent, but you're bringing in people that resonate and can link up and link up with the concept of leadership, of your values, of the company values. Because down the road, if values don't line up and there's a dissonance, what's going to happen is either they're going to leave, or they're motivated maybe by the money or maybe by colleagues, but not by the vision itself. So before vision is really clarifying values. Also, leaders, I think, have influence, and they don't have influence because of the big L, because they have a title. They have something where they say things that people want to hear, um, and I believe that will um, bring people to want to follow them, that want to contribute, that they want to take action. And because of that, they need communication, being clear in their communication, which also means need to be clear in their thoughts. Achilles' heel, in my opinion, of a leader is their success. They maybe they're good up front talking, or they have one element where they maybe are good communicators, but because of that, I think a leader, if they're not surrounding themselves with other good communicators, other good thinkers, is their limitation is their success. So that humility, in order to be able to communicate well, in order to do things. There's a lot more that I have, but I would like to hear from others. Um, what we're going to do each week is we will go, depending on the live stream, we will try to go into small groups and have discussions there, and then we'll come back and pull that out. But what I'll do this coming week, for those who are here, you can give your input on uh, what what elements you would want to talk through first. And for those who weren't here, I'll just put it up for a vote, and we can start taking each one of these elements. I had integrity, which find is a huge importance for a leader. And there's times when we see people in leadership who don't have that integrity, and that would be an interesting discussion, to see why some of us might believe that integrity is important, and others might say it's a liability. Same with the word empathy. I see empathy as something that, uh, both integrity and empathy, empowerment, those are trust building words that people will be loyal to you and trust you. You know what elements of a leader build trust? What elements of a leader build loyalty? And we see it all over the world now, that I see people who are in leadership that don't hold these qualities, and yet there's loyalty to them. And so there would be some interesting discussion uh, around that. Um, I think accountability, taking responsible for actions and outcomes. Um, are we blaming others, or are we taking ownership? And how do we give praise to others that are doing a good job, and then owning some of the things that aren't going well? Concept of a relationship too. How do we have relationship with others on our team, with our peers, with having relationship outside of our leadership, so that we can be, quote, normal people. Leaders tend to be elevated, and with that elevation, many times is there's a fear of showing weakness, because we know we're put on a pedestal. We know that we're expected to perform at a different level, a higher level. So, do we have people in our lives that we can be real with, that we can be honest with, that um, take some of that loneliness away, take some of that pushback? Like, I believe the best leaders surround themselves full of people who will give their opinions and push back, not just be naysayers, but to say we want that our common good is going to be better than anybody's individual good. And so part of that is building relationships internal with work and external. Being a problem solver too. But even more than that is, how do we build, like, leading leaders is even a whole nother level. And I believe part of leading leaders is building the muscle of problem solving, and building the muscle of problem solving is, first of all, recognizing problems and helping build a team that doesn't just point problems out, but leaders want people to come up with solutions, with ideas of how to accomplish and go beyond. I think sometimes leaders will come up with solutions that seem crazy and don't get a lot of support. And that doesn't mean they're bad. Sometimes leaders need to be thinking outside the box and need to be thinking where it's uncomfortable, um, and pulling in ideas and other, even quote, crazy ideas in order to find solutions that are not out of the box solutions. The If you look through history, the strongest leaders are those who have been in situations where they've accomplished so much, and yet uh, people thought they were crazy, but they followed them because they were the right situations. I'd like to, in this series to for us to talk about um, what are leaders that were strong leaders and carried a lot of support and did maybe heinous things. How do we surround ourselves with that knowledge that sometimes leadership people will follow um, because of what they've been promised, or people follow because they need a leader, and people can take advantage of that. My hope here in this community is that we build leaders that build other leaders, that build a community that is safe and honest. So some of those are my writings just for really short time. We will, yeah, we'll have some time to share your thoughts as well. I am having technical problems getting others on. Maybe it's because I hit the streaming. Um, we might need to call this one short because um, it looks like I might have put it on webinar, which means I'm not getting the ability others to come in and share. I hope you like those thoughts. Please put in the comments what your thoughts are on this, and I will work through the technical things so that it can be actually a dialogue. My goal is not to monologue. I really do want to dialogue with all of you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for um, being people who want to lead well. Please invite your friends. This is, uh, yeah, invite your friends. This is a place where we can grow better together. I'll work through the technical issues and hopefully I will be able to bring people on so that you guys can share your thoughts as well. So thank you and God bless. We'll see you next week.